Welcome to the 2015 AT&T Developer Summit. Believe it or not, we have more than 4,000 attendees here, so welcome to what I think is going to be the best and the biggest hackathon we've ever had. We look forward to this event every year to share our news and our developments and exactly to exchange ideas with you about the exciting ecosystem that we're all a part of in this industry. And boy, do we have a full agenda for you. We're going to have AT&T leaders, our senior AT&T leaders here to have presentations for you and to discuss various topics, as well as thought leaders from various points across the industry. I'm going to kick it off by giving you my views about the state of mobile innovation. And let me tell you, there's a lot of things going on with mobile and innovation. Then Glenn Lurie will host a panel of thought leaders, some of the best thought leaders in the industry, to talk about the Internet of Things space. I'm going to refer to it as IoT, Internet of Things space, to discuss how mobilization is driving that industry. Then David Christopher will be here to talk about great opportunities for developer collaboration in two big platforms, the connected car and digital life. It used to be that we would say those were new platforms, but look, next year we've publicly announced that AT&T expects to have 50% of the connected car share in the US, the new connected car share. And digital life now is in 82 markets. So these things that David's going to talk to you about are not little platforms. They're national platforms that we're very excited about. And in addition to that, it gets better because he's going to make announcements about some exciting new network APIs that we're going to make available to you. After that, Steve McGaw is going to talk about how we're taking mobility into the enterprise space and doing some exciting new things for our enterprise customers, including some of our very, very latest offerings. Jeff Bradley is going to follow Steve and lead a special live pitch, and this is actually my favorite part of the summit here, with finalists from our Internet of Things Hackathon. And the good thing is you will pick the winner among 3 finalists today. And finally, we left him for last, but he's actually the best we've got, John Donovan. John Donovan is going to be here, and he's going to talk about 3 things that I want to make sure you connect the dots on. He's going to talk about our Domain 2.0 effort. He's going to talk about APIs, and he's going to talk about software-defined networks. But what I hope you get from his comments and our actions is that the work that John has pioneered, has been the visionary for, that work in virtualizing network functions as part of the Domain 2.0 initiative that AT&T has launched is leading the world towards functionalizing and virtualizing network functions with our Domain 2.0 package. He's being the visionary behind getting APIs, our network APIs rolled out so developers can use them. And he's also been the leading effort behind our software-defined networks. When I have visited major customers in this country with John and his team, and we explained to them what we are internally doing at AT&T to change our cost structure, to reduce our cycle times by using network function virtualization, APIs, and software-defined networks, I get the same answer is, I want it, and I want it now. So we're taking the knowledge of the things that John is doing for us internally, and it's helping us to sell things externally to our customers. Does that make sense? Okay, that's the agenda. Sound good? All right. You know, let me say this. Mark Andreessen was right in 2011 when he was quoted in the Wall Street Journal as saying, software is eating the world. And nobody knows that better than the developers in this room. You know this very well. Well, now we have Mark's colleague, Benedict Evans, who has refreshed that thought that was so popular back in 2011. The new refreshed thought is not that software is eating the world, but that mobile is eating the world. And the exciting thing is Benedict is here with us today. He is part of the panel. He is terrific. Actually, I did a little research on him looking when we were thinking about doing this. I looked at all his videos online. He has a great testimonial from all people I'm not sure we should say it. Martha Stewart. A great living testimonial that he appeals to all parts. But this concept of mobile is eating the world is at the center of the way we think about things at AT&T today. The chart that you see in front of us has mobility at the center for that very same reason. And when you take what's happening with software development, with mobility, and by mobility I mean the devices, but also the underlying networks that make those devices connect to the cloud to allow an end-to-end service to function, are fundamentally changing the way business gets done. And if you take those three big factors and then you add a critical layer of security, then that capability offers companies the capability to disrupt entire industries. It really does. And we've seen some of it already. Think Airbnb, think Uber, and many other companies that are coming into the business and disrupting entire industries because they're being enabled by cloud services to offer their customers things they never thought were possible before. What I hope to do in the next few minutes, and then we'll reemphasize this throughout the morning, is to show you that I think AT&T is the best positioned company to make this change happen. That AT&T is the best positioned company on the planet to make this happen. We're going to change the way companies operate, the way we live, and the way we work as a result of the things that I think all of us are doing as part of this ecosystems. You know, AT&T's unique set of assets allow us to address the most pressing concerns that I have seen from CEOs and CIOs and help them make their businesses more effective, more efficient, but also at the top of each one of those two, highly secure, right? You cannot go a day without seeing a major news about security. So it's got to be effective. It's got to be such a way that the effectiveness doesn't deter from the security of the services that we provide. So I'm going to share how this translates into an ecosystem that provides great opportunities for you, our developer partners. You know, this mega trend that you've seen here, software, mobility, and in the end, the cloud, is actually changing how we organize at AT&T. We've reorganized AT&T. We took our mobility business and our business solutions business and put them together in a new organization that we call Mobile and Business Solutions, which I am honored to lead. It is an unbelievable organization, and the reason we did this is because mobility is the way that business gets done today. Business, large or small, doesn't work without mobility today. Mobile and Business System Solutions is a global organization. Let me give you a few stats on who we are. We actually serve 118 million wireless subscribers in the US. We actually serve more than 4 million business customers around the world, including every Fortune 1000 firm globally. Let me repeat that again. We serve every Fortune 1000 firm globally. There's not too many companies on the planet that can make that claim. We have 70,000 employees with a great group of leaders like Glenn Lurie and David Christopher and Steve McGall and Jeff Bradley, who you're going to hear from. An unbelievable set of employee base. And that employee base with our assets drive over $100 billion in annual revenues. That's what we represent. So we think that this organization has a unique set of assets that are unmatched on a global scale. And we're uniquely positioned to help others in the ecosystem take advantage of this mega trend that I've been talking about. And what I want to do next is quickly show you the architecture that lets that happen. We call this the AT&T Mobile Cloud. It's a highly secure platform available on a global basis, enabling customers to offer cloud-based services around the world. And the connection starts, as you would expect, with mobile access points. That means for end users, they can connect their smartphones, their tablets, and their laptops, including other devices that make up the Internet of Things. And they connect and secure those endpoints with software from us via Toggle and our partnership with OpenPeak. But we also work with providers like Good Technology, like AirWatch, like Mobile Iron, with whom we have relationships. And you're going to hear more announcements about those relationships from Steve McGaw later on. So when you think about the endpoints, they have to be secure if you're going to provide an overall secure cloud. It begins with the endpoints. But then these endpoints connect to AT&T's virtual private network, a highly secure virtual private network. And by the way, according to all of our numbers, we are world leaders in the provisioning of virtual private networks. We've been doing this a long time. We know how to do it well. But what I want to do next is, instead of talking virtual private network, just stop for a minute to talk about the network. Our network is such that we have invested over $140 billion over the past 6 years, including licenses and spectrum acquisitions. As a result of that investment, we now serve more than 300 million of the US population with 4G LTE. And not just any 4G LTE, we have the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network, and that network now also has the nation's strongest LTE signal. That's the piece of the network domestically. On an international level, on a global basis, we now have over 18 million connected devices worldwide, which makes us a leader in the Internet of Things globally. In fact, when we reported our third quarter results, some analysts actually said that those are the largest numbers that they had ever seen in the industry outside of China. So we got to go after China. But I hope that we can convince you that we have a really powerful global network. But what I'm really super excited about, what is really new and different, and something that is unique to AT&T at this point, is we have a product that we call NetBond. And with NetBond, we can now extend this network to the cloud anywhere that our customers need it. Network provides developers with APIs so that the bandwidth of the network can expand and contract with cloud usage on a real-time basis, on a dynamic basis, and it's API driven. That is amazing to me, because now you say, I can get a customer from their endpoints through a virtual private network onto NetBond. So you may say, okay, Ralph, who signed up for this NetBond, and how does it really work? Well, through our virtual private network, almost any cloud provider, if they sign up for NetBond, can connect to our network. And we have signed an unbelievable number of major cloud providers, beginning with IBM, Microsoft, Salesforce, CSC, SoftLayer, Box, Amazon Web Services, VMware, and today we're proud to announce that we also have SunGuard Availability Services and the BlueJeans Network joining the AT&T Network NetBond family. So if you look at this sketch, I want to focus for a minute. AT&T's highly secure cloud takes those endpoints and secures them, whether they're smartphone, tablets, or Internet of Things devices. It connects them through probably the world's biggest virtual private network capability. It then uses an AT&T product called NetBond that we've had terrific success with, and that product dynamically connects those endpoints through that virtual private network onto the customer's provider of choice. So if a customer wants to use Toggle and Microsoft, that's fine. If they want to use the Microsoft Azure cloud, or if they want to use Good Technology and connect through a virtual private cloud to Amazon Web Services, that is fine. You can see the benefit of being able to walk into a customer's premise and saying, I can connect your endpoints to your cloud providers end-to-end in a highly secure fashion. And I think that's what we need in the industry, given all the emphasis that we've had around the world on security issues. So in summary, I think we have a unique set of assets that allow us to provide highly secure connections in the cloud across the globe. And we do that by providing full flexibility on each end, so customers can choose software providers that we have a relationship with, and any of the cloud providers in any combination that best suits this need. Now, there's one thing we can do with this once this is in place, and I'll just use one example, and that is it extends unified communications and collaboration across the network. So when you think about unified communications, let me use the example of a Link, Microsoft Link or BlueJeans. When you have that capability in the highly secure AT&T mobile cloud, you now have unified communications, so you can federate multiple platforms, including video, messaging, and voice across that platform. And with our unique set of assets and partnerships, with that capability I showed you in the highly secure cloud, you can provide unified communications, and connect all endpoints across anywhere in the globe. We can virtualize the company's collaboration infrastructure across the globe. We can manage end-to-end services across the globe for our companies, and we can deliver through a highly secure mobile cloud architecture across the globe. And in doing so, I think we've created a great global partner ecosystem. So as a developer, you're going to have an unbelievable opportunity to tie in with these undertakings. I think this is a turning point in the industry. I am very excited about the possibilities for AT&T and for all of the players in the ecosystem, but especially for developers, because I think you make it possible to develop applications that will be built in a highly secure fashion and will work on this platform or any platform. We intend, as you will expect, to accelerate this work and to realize the next generation of secure mobile services by being an enabling platform for the industry.